The NBA Draft Lottery just took place Tuesday, May 16th, and we finally got to know the lucky winner for who gets to snatch up the incredibly sought-after prospect, Victor Wembanyama. But wait, there's more. This year's draft class is overflowing with an abundance of immensely talented players in my eyes. So, the teams in the lottery are facing quite the challenge as they try to figure out their picks from their vast pool of options. With that being said, it's mock draft season. NBA fans across the globe are buzzing with excitement to see where this year's top prospects will land. So kick back, grab a drink, and let's dive into the 2023 OOS NBA Mock Draft, post-lottery edition, as we speculate who will go where. Alright, so kicking things off are the big winners of the lottery, obviously, none other than the San Antonio Spurs. They've secured the number 1 pick, and their choice is set on the highly talented Victor Wembanyama from France. Brace yourselves, Spurs fans, because your team is about to make a game-changing move. No need to beat around the bush here. Every single one of the 14 teams entered the lottery with their fingers crossed, hoping to snag the coveted number 1 pick. And guess what? The Spurs hit the jackpot. They won the grand prize, giving them the golden opportunity to draft a player who's being hailed as a once-in-a-generation talent. They have had the likes of David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and now Wemby over the last 35 years. The Spurs have gained quite the reputation for their exceptional talent development skills. That's precisely why they seem like one of the most perfect landing spots for a guy like Wembanyama. With one of the greatest coaches in basketball history guiding his progress, it's safe to say that Wembanyama's growth is in excellent hands for the foreseeable future. The future looks bright for this talented prospect in San Antonio. Moving on to the second pick, the Charlotte Hornets step up to the draft board and select Brandon Miller from Alabama. Now, here's where things get a little tricky in my opinion. Personally, I believe that Scoot Henderson is the second best player in this draft. However, the Hornets find themselves in a bit of a conflict because they already have an immensely talented and young franchise point guard in LaMelo Ball. So, there's a scenario in which they might prioritize Miller's compatibility on the wing alongside LaMelo rather than doubling up in the backcourt. It's all about finding the right fit for the Hornets. Miller is an absolute beast when it comes to both shooting and defense, making him a remarkable two-way talent. While it presents a challenge for the Hornets, having multiple players who can make things happen on the court is never a bad problem to have. In the grand scheme of things, it's not any type of disaster landing here because adding a player of Miller's caliber would make any team better the second he is drafted. Now here comes the third pick, and the Portland Trail Blazers make their move, selecting Scoot Henderson from G League Ignite. The Blazers pulled off a nice jump to land in the top 3, and they couldn't be happier to have Henderson fall right into their laps. This pick could shake up the league this summer, as it gives the Blazers a perfect opportunity to finally commit to a much-needed rebuild. Get ready, Portland fans. Exciting times may be ahead. If that scenario unfolds, we might see Damian Lillard finally hitting the road, which would give the Blazers additional assets to shape their future. Let me tell you, Scoot Henderson is an otherworldly athlete and a fearless scorer. In my book, he's on par with players like John Morant and prime Russell Westbrook, making him the perfect centerpiece for a rebuild. Henderson is the type of player you can easily build a team around and set the foundation for a bright future. Coming in hot with the fourth pick, the Houston Rockets make their selection, taking Amen Thompson from Overtime Elite. The Rockets may have slid down the order, but Thompson gives them a much-needed boost in an area of need while also being the top player available. It's about time the Rockets wrap up their experiment with Kevin Porter Jr. at point guard, if you ask me, and Thompson's natural playmaking instincts and ability to create for his teammates make him the perfect fit. With his impressive size and jaw-dropping athleticism, I truly believe Thompson is poised to step into the lineup and make an immediate impact for the Rockets. With the fifth pick in this mock draft, the Detroit Pistons are selecting Jarris Walker. Unfortunately, the Pistons had a tough break in the lottery, finishing with the worst record in the league and missing out on a top 4 pick. Nonetheless, Walker is widely regarded as one of the most versatile prospects in this draft. As a forward, he possesses the ability to defend multiple positions with competence. Additionally, he showcases his skills as a secondary playmaker, making smart decisions from the post. Walker also has a knack for spacing the floor effectively. He's a strong player who can hold his own against bigger opponents in the paint, while also smoothly navigating around much more skillful forwards. His all-around skill set makes him somewhat a jack-of-all-trades kind of player, which holds tremendous value at the NBA level. And at number 6, we're going to have the Orlando Magic selecting Ausar Thompson from Overtime Elite. Once again, it's a great match between a team and the prospect, with the Magic capitalizing on getting the best player available at this spot. Ausar Thompson. Ausar, much like his brother Amin, is an incredibly athletic player who will amaze you with his jumping ability. Not only that, but he's also an impressive scorer. With his size, he can effectively defend multiple positions on the court. Coming off an MVP season in the Overtime Elite League, Ausar's potential is sky high, especially if he continues to refine his shooting skills. He has all the tools to make a big impact his rookie season if he can put it all together. And with the 7th pick in this mock, we're going to have the Pacers selecting Cam Whitmore out of Villanova. First off, Whitmore is a 6'7" wing from Villanova who, believe it or not, is only 18 years old. His age alone makes him an incredibly intriguing prospect. Despite his youth, his game tells a different story. Whitmore is an athletic force to be reckoned with. He possesses the ability to score and create shots for himself. Moreover, he shows promising defensive skills. His shooting is on point, and he has demonstrated improvement in his shot release throughout his time at Nova. Whitmore's skill set is highlighted by his exceptional rebounding ability, consistent set shooting, strong driving and cutting skills, and overall athleticism. His prowess in the cutting to the rim is impressive, and he complements it with a knack for finishing shots at a close range, much like Benedict Mathurin. In addition to his driving game, Whitmore's perimeter shooting and ability to create his own shots in one-on-one situations are notable aspects of his game. He has the capability to create separation from defenders and appears comfortable operating at the top of the key. In the 8th pick of this lottery mock, we're going to have the Washington Wizards selecting Anthony Black out of Arkansas. Black brings a valuable skill set to the table as a big-bodied lead guard. His court vision and playmaking instincts are truly impressive. Considering the score-first mentality of several players on the Wizards roster, having someone like Black with his skill set is crucial for maintaining balance. The demand for tall playmakers is increasing in today's game, as seen with emerging players like Josh Giddey. This makes Black an even more appealing fit for the team. Overall, this is a fit that I really favor, given the needs of the Wizards and the unique abilities Black brings to the court. Now with the 9th pick in this mock draft, the Utah Jazz will select Grady Dick from Kansas. Known for their emphasis on shooting, the Jazz value players who can excel in that aspect. Dick's outstanding shooting skills and his contribution to the team's near qualification for the play-in tournament solidify the Jazz's strong foundation. He is widely recognized as one of the top shooters in this year's draft, consistently finding open shots beyond the arc and converting them at an impressive rate of 40%. With the 10th pick in this mock draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Taylor Hendricks from UCF. The Mavs can now breathe a sigh of relief, having retained their top 10 protected pick. Their focus is on targeting versatility and defense, which Hendricks brings to the table in abundance. Hendricks excels at defending multiple positions, causing havoc on the defensive end. Additionally, he boasts an impressive three-point shooting percentage of around 40%, providing valuable floor space for Luka Doncic and the team's offense. With the 11th pick in the NBA draft, the Orlando Magic, who acquired this pick from the Chicago Bulls 2 years ago in the Vucevic trade, select Jordan Hawkins from Connecticut. The Magic have done a commendable job assembling a young and promising core, but they currently lack players who can consistently space the floor. Bringing in Jordan Hawkins is a step in the right direction to address this need. Hawkins stands out for his exceptional three-point shooting. In fact, he made more three-pointers than any other projected prospect in this class during the season, converting them at an impressive 39% clip. His ability to shoot the basketball, along with his leadership in guiding his UConn team to the national title, has significantly boosted his draft stock. With the 12th pick in this mock draft, we have the OKC Thunder selecting Keontae George out of Baylor. George is highly likely to be chosen in the lottery of the NBA draft, mainly due to his explosive offensive game, which somewhat declined over the course of his season with Baylor. Throughout the season, he maintained averages of 15.3 points on 38% shooting overall, including 34% from beyond the arc on just under 7 attempts per game. Despite some shortcomings in terms of efficiency, George is viewed as a promising scorer along all three levels, making him a sought-after prospect in the upcoming draft. While he may not possess exceptional athleticism, verticality, or an outstanding first step, he compensates by relying on his exceptional ball handling, ability to change pace, and maneuvering skills to find scoring opportunities. It should be noted that creating his own shot might present challenges at the NBA level, and although there is currently a crowded guard situation in OKC, George's ability to seamlessly transition between the point and shooting guard positions makes him an intriguing fit alongside players like SGA, Josh Giddey, and Jalen Williams. With the 13th pick in this mock draft, we have the Toronto Raptors selecting Kobe Buffkin. Although he may not belong to the same tier of prospects like Keontae George and Cason Wallace, who have dominated the Raptors draft discussions in early stages, the allure of having a dynamic guard like Buffkin capable of scoring at an astonishing rate when in the zone could be exactly what Masai Ujiri is seeking. Buffkin's lightning-quick first step and knack for converting shots from the unconventional angles allow him to effortlessly soar to the rim. While his shooting is reliable, it's his ability to penetrate the interior that sets him apart and that will be highly valued at the professional level. What truly catches the eye about Buffkin is his smooth and polished playing style. As a crafty left-handed finisher, he effortlessly puts up shots while displaying impressive passing abilities that surpass his assist numbers. As a result, Buffkin is likely to make a seamless transition into a rotational role for whoever selects the Michigan product. At number 14 and our last pick of the lottery mock, we have the Pelicans selecting Nick Smith Jr. out of Arkansas, the second Razorback to be selected with the lottery pick. The Pelicans have been plagued by unfortunate injuries, preventing them from reaching their full potential as an elite team. Both Zion Williamson and B.I., two of their key players, missed a significant number of games this past season, and injuries have been an ongoing issue for them. Despite these setbacks, the Pelicans managed to win 42 games and secure a ninth-place finish in the competitive Western Conference. But as we all know, they were taken down in the play-in tournament. Considering the Pelicans' strong front court with Williamson and Ingram, adding a talented guard to complement them appears to be a wise move. With Trey Murphy III and C.J. McCollum already solidifying the guard positions, selecting Nick Smith Jr. would provide even more depth and options for the team. While Smith's shooting performance in Arkansas last season was not exceptional, many experts anticipate his shooting skills to improve over time. He has the potential to become another young cornerstone for the Pelicans to build their team around. And with that being said, thank you for joining us for the 2023 OOS NBA Mock Draft Post-Lottery Edition. Let us know in the comments which prospects you are most excited about and some guys you believe are potential sleepers. We appreciate you taking the time to watch our latest episode. Don't forget to follow us on social media and subscribe to our page for the latest and greatest sports content, including jaw-dropping highlights, top plays, engaging sports, hilarious memes, real-time updates, and more. Stay in the loop with Out of Sight Sports and see you for episode 5.